bag, just switched it out with my wife. It's probably like, it's 9:41. We in Nebraska, and yeah, I just drove out the rest of my time. She switched with me. That's the noise of the coils that's banging in the refrigerator over there, guys. And imagine sleeping and hearing that noise. My wife tried to like get the sound to not be so much noise, which she actually got it to not like make so much noise or not to be super loud, but it's loud enough. But it was driving me insane. So how y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a blessed morning. I'm so excited. I found one of my winners and I was able to bless her, and I was just very excited about that. Thank you so much for subscribing, watching my channel. I'm gonna keep on posting videos. I'm gonna keep on trying to bring relevant information, what's going on. I actually want to start talking a little bit about, like I stated, credit, how we can grow our credit, how we get into our goals. You know, I'm gonna start showing you guys my vision board. I want to do one with my wife, but like I have all my goals written down, and then some stuff is like on my whiteboard, like, you know, some of my short-term goals, so I can see it and check it off. And I just want to do a vision board with my wife because I think that'd be cool. And maybe we could do a vision board like a live, whoever can join. If you don't got an actual vision board and post the different things, the car you want to drive, the kind of house you want, the properties you want to own, I mean, we can get very detailed with it. If you don't do that, I mean, you can write it out, at least. Write out or be thinking about what it is that you want to do. How can you get to it? Because sometimes we be over here lost trying to figure out, like, but how can I get from A to B? You know? Or sometimes you see A and you go all the way to F. And it's like, hold on, you skipped a whole bunch of steps over here. And we need to, like, properly navigate how to build that credit score from this to go to another number. Like, how to tackle and show creditors that, like, hey, I may swipe $2,000, but in the same month I paid the $2,000. You know, you hear some people, it's so many different myths out here where you hear, like, you know, from my understanding and the way I've been doing it, like, we will swipe up the card and then we paid it. Like, we didn't have big purchases where we didn't pay it. You know, put that card down and you paid it off. Like, say for instance, you paid for a cruise or like an all-inclusive $5,000 and you put that on a credit card. Let's say your credit card $10,000. I wouldn't say max it out, not max it out, but use that much. But if that's what you did, then you did it, right? So now you in it, and now, yeah, you're gonna see a few points because they're gonna see you using it. Okay, but make the on-time payments, and if you can make additional payments on top of the minimum payment, then do that. Snowball effect and allow it to grow for you. And put that card down. Don't go swiping on top and you trying to pay it off. Like, that don't make no sense. Two, like I said, for me, what I seen is making sure that whatever I swipe, I have the cash to swipe it back, like pay it back. It's better to me by the closing date so I can keep my utilization under that 30%, which I try to get that thing down to like a zero balance or like 150, even if it's $5,000, because I just prefer to have it low as possible, keep my points up, and that's how you just keep that history and things looking right on your credit. And then some creditors, or maybe back in the day, they go in and they just increase your stuff. Now you gotta be doing little hacks like go and adjust your income. And this is what messed some people up too. Some entities, you will get a card from Big Lots, right? Let's just say, or let's say Best Buy. And you don't realize that Best Buy have that Victoria's Secret credit card you may have. That's a MasterCard. And over there you have this information, and over here you have this information. That's conflicting information because this same bank is issuing both. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, the more data they have on you and they put it all in one place, or have the algorithm looking at that type of stuff to spot kind of like I won't say fraudulent stuff, but like to spot the differences. I think that's the internal triggers that go on the inside that people probably don't pay attention to. So, if you are choosing to go up across the board, let's say you win and increase your income by $20,000. I'm a truck driver, so that's feasible for me. Now, if you're a McDonald's worker, I wouldn't tell you to go increase your, unless you're going to change your job title to something else, like, yeah, make it make sense. So in my case, let's say I increase mine by $50,000. I'm an over-the-road truck driver. Maybe I'm working for a different company. They're not asking me that. They just see that I increased it. Then, go kind of either I make a note of when I do it. And I also try to go across the board to all my different accounts. Like, okay, let me go and just update that so it can trigger an alert within a 30-day cycle and let them evaluate. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, if some companies are together and they see this data, everything is in sync. You don't want to have red flags or cause red flags. That's what it really comes down to. And it's going to be time. Like people say all the time, it takes a lot of time to build your credit, and it's very a short time to mess your credit up. So I say all that to say is like slow and steady win the race. Don't be scared to get a personal loan. And when you get your personal loan, like, make it make sense. Let it be something that you invest in. Maybe you getting that personal loan to pay off that car that you got, or you purchasing a car and you paying that car cash. Cash value, cash new, what you want. And then now you have a low interest. Because some people, like say for instance, they'll get a car, they'll have a $25,000 car, they pay for a car for $15,000, and they swipe it on their credit card because they credit card is giving them a 2% on the interest. That ain't too bad compared to if you went and let's say you went to your bank, they approved you, and maybe it's not a credit union, and you go to a regular bank and they putting you at 17% APR, because some people credit don't be too hard and they hit you like that. And then when they have you all over the place, just these different kind of banks that's wanting to sponsor you, and then the APR be high, baby, you wondering why you paying so much interest before you even paying on the principal of your car. And then some of them penalize you for paying early because they want you to pay the interest and they want you to stick to 6 or 7 years. And a car that was $15,000 is now $30,000, $25,000 by the time you finish paying it off. Then you got a lot of people that just, is out here surviving, and they only can make the payment. If they payment $354, they only can pay that month. So they be in a bind and mess their situations. At the end of the day, like I stated, it's mainly for me to just tell you, like, if you can build them credit cards up, really rely on your own money. If you can spend your own cash, you're not in debt to nobody because it's your cash. The money is gone. You pay what you need to pay and call it a day. Yeah. And when you really like get in a place, say for instance, if you are using your credit cards, and like say you use your credit cards, you pay what you need to pay, and before the closing date, like you pay your balance, and before your closing date, you get your thing low, your credit always gonna move up. You'll always have technically money in the bank because you were able to just if something was to come up, you use your credit card, and now you got this cash sitting right here. If you had the cash, you chose not. Like, you got some people that don't use credit cards at all. They like, I just want to use my cash. Well, if you don't have the money like that in the cash flow, your money get low because you had to pay for something. Maybe you got a big expense. Maybe something, emergency came up, and you had to go in your reserve for real, and now your money low, and you're like, dang, I gotta really be paycheck to paycheck, and you don't got no credit cards. You don't want to be in that situation either. So that's the reason why I do like having an opportunity to have a credit card, but you just got to be smart with you using your credit card and building your credit. Like, don't go help cousin Pookie out and get a car in your name that you can't take on the payment if they don't do that. We got to be responsible, because at the end of the day, if they miss payments on your stuff, like if you get a car in your name, that's going on your credit, honey. And they miss payments on your stuff, baby. Some people don't be caring. They don't be caring that you they affecting you. You know what I'm saying? You sit here, you get on somebody, like, I was going around helping family members, like, putting them on my credit cards. I was not giving them my cards, but I was putting them on it so that they can have the history. Because I grew up like, dang, why nobody ain't do that for me? Which nobody didn't. It took for me to get out here, work really hard, and build my own credit. And then I thought about my siblings, and like I thought about family members that I'm like, let me help them out, because it ain't they don't even have credit. Some of them older than me, like they don't have credit, don't know much about credit, because like I said, I'm 33, but I was not until I went to college, I did not know. And that's sad. Like, it's sad. I sit here and say, what the hell our finance class was? Nowhere. So yeah, I be trying to help, and then I be thinking about me too, like, don't, these people are on my credit, like, this stuff is reporting on them. So even though I'm helping them out, or I help them out by giving them the history, I know I can go and remove them, and the 3 or 4 years of history that they may have on their credit will help them out. But I just leave it there, because I'm like, if I get a credit increase and it's saying $16,000, it's reporting $16,000 for them. You get what I'm saying? And maybe that'll get them an opportunity, depending on what they want to do. It's too many of us that don't help family, like, for especially family. Like, I get that you got users and abusers out here too, but like, we have a lot of people that don't look out for each other, and I just didn't want to be that. I really wanted to be able to help, and I hope that when I start putting out my credit videos, that you guys, like, really, for those that need information, really, like, apply it and help your kids and stuff. And like, if you could do these little whole life policies, $11 while they're young, like, it's beneficial. It's beneficial. You will be surprised how beneficial it is. It's beneficial. Teaching these kids budgeting. Like I said, and I'm gonna say it again. Get these kids $20. Take them to the BJ's, Walmart. Get the candy. Let them go sell the candy. They want some toys, let them go sell this candy. Where you supervising them, human trafficking is real, okay? So teach these kids about the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too many people. You get in the money, they don't realize how much the Jordans cost, okay? And you work really hard. The way the money ain't scratching, like, listen, no joke. So get these kids them $20, let them get the candies, let them sell their little stuff, and hey, if they get $50 and you invested $20, they got to give you the $20 back. Okay? Then if they get an allowance, hit them with the $4 for your rent, baby. You got to pay that. Pay your $2. You got a cell phone, hey, you got to pay that $2. I don't care if you got them with a cell phone at 5 and 6. I don't feel like they should have them, but if they got them that young, baby, then please teach them young. Teach them, because the world will teach them things they don't need to know if you don't teach them. But yeah, that was my talk. That was my talk before I go to sleep. I had to get it out because I be thinking a lot of stuff, and I be very selective if I'm going to post or not. And I'm going to post this, but I just wanted to say this. So y'all stay tuned.